Hello friends, and welcome back to MSPN's coverage of Marble Fubeca's America's Cup. I'm Ricochet. We have two more countries that will qualify their way into the America's Cup field, joining the teams on the left side of your screen that are automatically qualified, which are the USA, Argentina, Mexico, Chile, Colombia, Brazil, Canada, Uruguay, Peru, and Paraguay. And then the teams that have won their way in, racing their way in, which were Costa Rica, Trinidad and Tobago, Grenada, and Ecuador. We have 6 more countries competing today in our third event for the qualifiers, which is the halfpipes and funnel race. 6 countries, only 1 will advance this time to become our 15th team that is in. We will have 6 rounds of qualifiers here for these races, rather than the 4 that we have seen earlier in the events. Same scoring system, so 3 points will go to first place, second place gets 2, third place gets 1. Since there are 6 countries, if you finish 4th through 6, you do not get the opportunity to receive points. As you see the course there, which begins with a race through the turnstiles there, the markers that are up, making it difficult for the qualifiers. As you see the countries there on your screen, will have the opportunity to get 1 country in, rather than what we have seen in the first 2 qualifying videos. You saw 2 countries in each time. This time just 1 more will make it in and become the 15th country. And as you see, it's Honduras, St. Lucia, El Salvador, the Dominican Republic, Nicaragua, and Barbados, who are the 6 countries being represented. St. Lucia and Barbados very similar in color. They have a lot of yellow and blue, which we saw a lot in our second video. And then a lot of other blue marbles being represented. Right there in the middle, you see the marble with more silver is El Salvador. And they are off going through the pegs and through a tunnel, which will bring us to the halfpipes. First to get down is going to be the winner. Right now, the leader is the Dominican Republic. As they're down into the funnels, there's only 3 funnels in this one. Down into that final 3rd funnel pretty early is El Salvador. They're trying to take the win, and they are through. They will take an easy first race win. 3 marbles racing down there, and it'll be Barbados who comes away with 2nd place. 3rd place goes to Nicaragua. They will score the points, followed by the Dominican Republic, and then Honduras and St. Lucia will finish in 3rd, or in last, I should say. 3 points goes to El Salvador. Barbados picks up 2, and Nicaragua gets 1 point. As we are through now 1 race, and the early advantage is to El Salvador. More extensive look there at this racetrack. There are the halfpipes, which we saw early in the mixed funnel race, the first qualifying event. There was a portion of the track that was in the style of the halfpipes. A lot more, though, emphasis on the halfpipes here. As they are through the tunnel again, and once again into the halfpipes. Everybody's trying to find their way through. You want to be the first one down, and in this case, it's Nicaragua that gets down first. All the way at the bottom now, and last is Barbados, but it's all about who gets through the funnels. The lead right now is for Barbados. They came out of nowhere to take that lead, but it's the Dominican Republic that steals away the win. And 2nd place is going to go to Barbados. Let's see who can take 3rd. Everybody in that 3rd funnel. Which one's going to fall first? And that is very close, but it's St. Lucia that comes away with 3rd, followed by Nicaragua, and then El Salvador and Honduras. And so Barbados leads the Dominican Republic and El Salvador after 2 rounds, 4-3-3. Remember, only 1 country going to be represented from this group of 6. Only 1 will advance to represent their country in the overall America's Cup, as they are getting ready to get out of the starting blocks again through the pegs and into the tunnel once again. Down first are both of the blue and yellow marbles. It's Barbados ahead of St. Lucia, and way at the bottom, still in the halfpipe, is El Salvador, who just gets out of the halfpipe right as it was Honduras, or maybe that was Nicaragua, that was going to get down to that final 3rd funnel. Meanwhile, the win goes to Barbados, followed by Honduras. Yeah, that was Nicaragua, and they are still there. They get passed up a bunch of times. Dominican Republic took a point. Finally, Nicaragua comes down. They were the first team into that 3rd funnel, and they will finish in 5th out of 6, and El Salvador, wire to wire, running in last there as they do not pick up points. That's going to hurt their chances. Barbados gets 3, 2 to Honduras, and 1 point to the Dominican Republic. We finished just ahead of St. Lucia. Able to pick up that point. We are halfway through now this third qualifying matchup. And we'll see if El Salvador, who led early, can bounce back after a rough outing that time. In the starting gates, and they release very quick as Nicaragua way ahead of everybody else as they head into the half pipes. But a very early part of this race, and it's St. Lucia in the lead ahead of the Dominican Republic. All the way at the bottom is Honduras. They are still in the half pipes. All the way down to the third funnel is St. Lucia in the lead, followed by the Dominican Republic. Now there's 4 marbles there, and taking away the win is El Salvador. Big comeback for El Salvador. They're followed by Nicaragua, then the Dominican Republic, and then St. Lucia. Here is Barbados. Very tight with Honduras. Barbados is going to blow it. And Honduras, coming from way behind, they finish in 5th. Either way, 5th or 6th doesn't really matter in terms of points. El Salvador gets the win. Nicaragua picks up 2. Barbados is the leader, 7 to El Salvador's 6 to Dominican Republic's 5. So 2 points separating 1st, 2nd, and 3rd as we head to the 5th race. Only 2 more to go. And it is tight at the top. El Salvador, the Dominican Republic, and Barbados. 3 races to go. We've got to be on your best behavior right now. Put everything you got into it. The lead to the Dominican Republic, then St. Lucia. There is Barbados all the way at the bottom. And struggling was Nicaragua and Honduras. And it is Dominican Republic. They're going to take the win. Very tight. Nicaragua is going to get 2nd. Let's see if Barbados or El Salvador. It'll be Barbados. And then passing up El Salvador there was Honduras. And there goes St. Lucia. And so El Salvador, we've seen this a couple times here in this race, where not necessarily being the first of the third funnel guarantees success. They will drop back to 3rd place with only 6 points. 5 points for Nicaragua, but it's a 2-way tie at the top between Barbados and the Dominican Republic. As we are in the final race here, final trip down the half-pipe and funnel race, with 1 spot on the line in an even match. So most likely whoever finishes ahead, if it's 1st, 2nd, or 3rd, between the Dominican Republic and Barbados is going to get the opportunity to have the win. Dominican Republic got off to a slow start there. And Barbados is in the lead. They are the first into the funnels. And the Dominican Republic is stuck on the half pipe, blowing their opportunity to get into the field for the America's Cup. Here comes Barbados, and they not only will win because of the struggles of the Dominican Republic, but they win this leg ahead of Honduras. And then there is St. Lucia, followed by El Salvador, Nicaragua, and here comes the Dominican Republic, who finishes in last, being tied for the lead, which means Barbados, with an easy win in that 6th and final race, they advance and automatically qualify now. After racing their way in, Barbados is into the field that is now sitting at 15 of 16 for the America's Cup. Big time win for Barbados, as they will join the qualifiers, both automatic and those that have raced their way in. And you see them taking their place there along with Paraguay, Peru, Mexico, Chile, Colombia, Argentina, Brazil, Uruguay, the United States, and Canada, and then the teams that raced their way in the qualifying matchups, which are Costa Rica, Trinidad and Tobago, Grenada, Ecuador, and now Barbados. So 15 teams know that they are in. One more. We'll have 6 countries competing in our 4th and final qualifying video, with once again only 1 spot up for grabs as you see your final look at the half-pipe and funnel race course. It is Cuba, Jamaica, Suriname, St. Christopher, Belize, and Dominica who will compete for 1 spot and an opportunity to join the field of the America's Cup. So we will have that coming up soon, but until then, I am Ricochet, and you've been watching MSPN's coverage of Marble Fubeca's America's Cup.